Dear Dr. Anil Garg, Mr. Anil Rastam, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am Nobuo Tanaka, former Executive Director of the International Energy Agency. It is a great honor for me to be invited to the World Hydrogen Energy Summit 2025. Let me share the slides. Dr. Fatih Birol, the Executive Director of the IEA, once said that we are in the middle of the first global energy crisis, referring to the Russian invasion to Ukraine. But recent geopolitical developments in the Middle East made it much worse. Hamas attack to Israel caused a war in Gaza. Israel attack to Iran and US military action to nuclear sites of Iran now raised unpredictability of energy market to the historical high level. And energy security is a priority for all governments in the world. The IEA was established in the first oil shock of 1974. Dr. Henry Kissinger, the founding father of the IEA, said consuming countries were totally unprepared to the oil embargo by the OPEC countries. He urged me to get India and China into the IEA for solidifying energy security function of the organization, as well as providing a leading role for decarbonization to the IEA. India requested a full membership in 2023. It's undergoing. The IEA published the analysis called Net Zero by 2050 in 2021. Oil-producing countries and companies were panicked when they heard Fatih Birol said that energy groups must stop all new oil and gas exploration projects. And now, I call it the first IEA shock. The climate crisis would continue to make disastrous consequences if we are not well prepared. Nobody can stop this transformation happening. There are winners and losers. This chart shows the import dependency of oil and gas for countries. Blue area means importer of both oil and gas, while green is exporter of both. The United States achieved energy independence by the shale oil and gas revolution. This is a historical change in the energy market after the first oil shock. President Trump is further promoting this trend by drill, baby, drill strategy, aiming at energy dominance by fossil fuels. Recent geopolitics of Mr. Trump seems to establish a fossil fuel union with Russia and Saudi Arabia. Another dominant energy power is China. China's rapid electrification with solar and wind and nuclear, electric vehicles, batteries, and electrolyzers contribute to decarbonization. But indeed, this strategy is energy independent strategy by reducing import reliance to the Middle East, Russia, and the United States. India follows China. Europe is doing the same thing to be independent of Russian gas. President Trump's bullying attitude seems to me pushing Europe closer to China. What should Japan and Korea do to survive in this energy geopolitics? The answer is sustainable nuclear power and clean hydrogen. Japan and Korea started importing liquefied natural gas more than 50 years ago. It was a very costly operation, but now LNG is commoditized. Clean hydrogen, or blue or green, will probably be the common solution for energy transformation of many emerging economies and hard-to-abate industrial sectors in Asia, because it may provide a gradual decarbonization using current infrastructures. Co-firing of clean ammonia at coal thermal power plant is what JERA, the joint venture of TEPCO and Chuba Electric, is promoting and can be a model for Asian economies. A golden age of hydrogen is coming. Let me introduce some slides from Global Hydrogen Review 2024 by the IEA. How the world is moving in the hydrogen business. A large number of new hydrogen projects have been announced in Africa, Latin America, and India in 2023, while the majority of operational capacity is in China, Europe, and the United States. Production of low-carbon hydrogen is about 1 million tons in 2024, an increase of 50% since 2021. Every new report of Global Hydrogen Review shows increase of low-emission hydrogen production by 2030. Installed capacity of electrolyzers expand 9 times since 2021, and 70% of them are in China. Investment in electrolyzers installation expands rapidly in China, just as the sequel to solar PV and batteries. Various regions around the world have excellent renewable sources for low-cost hydrogen production. India is one of the case. Production costs could fall below $2 per kilogram by 2030 in certain locations. As for the trade of low-emissions hydrogen, the IEA report says it can be mainly carried by ammonia in 2030 or 2040. Number of hydrogen strategies increases steadily. Now, 60 policies account for 82% of energy-related carbon dioxide emission. Policy support is now taking strides toward implementation, with almost $100 billion of public funds being announced. Investment of electrolyzers is on a steep growth trajectory. The record investment of 2022 almost quintupled in 2023, and a further 150% growth is anticipated through 2024. I am now more convinced that a golden age of hydrogen is really coming. Yuval Noah Harari, the author of The Sapiens, says that there are 3 challenges for the 21st century humans. First, nuclear war. Second, ecological challenges. And the third, tech destruction by AI. Populism and nationalism cannot solve these challenges because they are global issues. he calls on political leaders with global identity. Now with President Trump, we are in a real challenge. Hydrogen projects in the United States are slowing down because he may cancel project supports of Biden's administration's Inflation Reduction Act. On the other hand, China, Europe, and also India will continue hydrogen projects as national energy security policies. When these countries together create large market of clean technology product based on CBAM, carbon border adjustment measures, Japan and Korea should join for survival. Unintended, but new green geopolitics may have triggered by President Trump of the United States. Thank you very much for your attention.